I'm the life changer now. So any moment could be an impactful moment. Like if I'm talking to a group of guys, I want that moment to be big. That might be the biggest moment of my life. You know, I don't know that. Like me being a life changer, that's how I go into every situation. God gave you that vision for a reason. Just do it and believe in yourself. You know, everything else that come with it, take it. You know, you can say one thing to somebody and it change their life forever. Don't worry about sitting on the back of the bus. Just focus on where you're going. Every moment is a life-changing moment. Speak on it, don't hold it in. What's up? This is another episode of Speak On It. I'm the host of Life Changer, and I'm sitting in a building with the owners of ProfieldReserve, and y'all see I'm rocking my Profield hat, man. So y'all better go get y'all one, man. You know, drip. So what's up, man? Be the barber, beautiful Rachel, my boy Chris. How y'all feeling, man?
Good.
This thing really taking off, man. Like I feel like when I first came over, y'all did I don't know if it was like a special event day. I came over, y'all had sales going on and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's when I met you. And it was just dope. When I walked in the building, it was like different. It was just a different feeling. Like I was telling you off the camera, it was just a different feeling. Y'all just give off a nice, comfortable feeling. You know what I'm saying? Before you even put the clothes on. Right. So I had to get some. And every time I rock it, they like, what that P mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So where do the P come from? Like, how did the P come about?
That's
a Chris
The P just came about. There's a lot of brands growing up. Just you look up to and just kind of see how they maneuvered things. And one of the most important things was to brand ourselves in several different ways you could see us. So the P, you have that athletic vibe. Then we got kind of like our straight logo for more of like the simpler look. So we kind of just trying to touch all those bases for people that just have different tastes. You know what I'm saying? So right off the bat, we really just wanted to brand ourselves just to appeal to a couple different demographics instead of just being like, we're just sportswear. You know what I'm saying? So we got stuff that you can wear every day. We got stuff that you can wear to a ball game. We got stuff that you can wear out to the market. It don't really matter. It's just we just trying to touch as many people as we can.
That's tough. So I want to start by, like when I thought about sitting down with y'all, I thought about 3 different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? 3 different upbringings. So I really want to. We can start with Be the Barber. I want to start with your background, your upbringing, like how life was before the barber, or like before the Profield, like. Because I know all this stuff came about afterwards, and sometimes people will look at you and be like, Be the Barber, Profield, but they don't really know you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. I really just try to play my position with the whole ProfieldReserve thing. But ultimately, like, I'm homegrown. I grew up in St. Louis. I actually grew up in the JBL projects, not too far from here. Just a little snot-nosed kid, cutting hair for free, for fun, and just, I feel like just growing up, and obviously I wanted to be a professional at what I did. So if I can just fast forward some years down the line, I started taking barbering serious, and put myself in barber college, and did that for like a year and a half, and got my license. And I think I was cutting hair in a beauty salon for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so when I wanted to step out and do my own thing. So once that happened, I got my license and everything. I actually opened up a barbershop, which is like right next door here. And I had that for almost 11 years now. And within that time period, me and Chris kind of ran into each other, and started brainstorming.
So kind of speak on like some failures, like some times where it seemed like it was working out, and it was like, dang, or some things you had to overcome to get to that.
So to be honest, like when you talk about failures, I feel like you're gonna fail more than you actually succeed. That's the stuff that builds you to help you be successful. And success is just really starting and finishing something. You start a project, and once you complete it, that's success. So through life, you're gonna have a lot of failures, but you shouldn't stop there if you're trying to be successful. Just keep doing it, keep trying, and eventually something's gonna break through, and then you'll complete the whole task.
That's tough. That's tough, man. That's tough. Starting something and finishing, that's just success. What it is when you don't got to even go into details. When you really think about it, it's like you go put down on the card and you pay it off. You're successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You succeeded in purchasing that vehicle.
Right, man. That's tough. I ain't never look at it that way, man.
That's what it is.
Dope. Rachel, I know you probably come up with a different area, not the JBL, but
Yeah, I actually grew up a farm girl. I grew up in the country about like 3 hours away from here. Just kind of floating along, always daydreaming, knowing that I wasn't gonna stay there forever. But yeah, so like we raised cattle, we raised animals. The town that I lived in had like 170 people. So very different lifestyle for sure.
do you ever go back?
No. No.
I had to get that in there.
I probably haven't been back to that area in 10, 15 years. And even like after high school and when I went to cosmetology school. So I moved to like the next biggest town, which is Springfield, Missouri, which most people know of. Opened a salon there. I met Chris along the way, and
Everybody meeting Chris along the way.
yeah. So yeah, I was there, had a salon there for a while, and we actually became a couple and decided to move to St. Louis probably a year after we met, something like that, about a year and a half. And I haven't really, I closed my salon there last year actually, and haven't been back since.
I haven't been back since. I ain't looked back since.
Yeah.
So and then Profield come about.
Yes.
So is it something within you since a little girl? Like
I always loved like fashion and beauty. Like I always knew that avenue was the avenue I would be doing. With Chris, I watched him when we first met each other. He was just opening a clothing business, actually an online clothing business.
Okay.
And so I really got to learn a lot with him and grow with him and learn the business side of things. I taught myself how to sew. So I was always doing the hair thing, and that's still a big part of what I do. I have a salon up here as well. But yeah, it was always kind of ingrained in me. That was always what I was really about, was fashion and beauty.
That's what's up. That's good. That's what's up. You got to go back to the country at least.
Yeah, I mean,
go
I
back to
still
the
do
community.
a lot of
Take us
country
some
stuff.
Profield
Like whenever,
grill,
when spring and summer comes, I'm outside for sure, and all I do is garden and yeah. So, and my mom and my sister still live in that area, so like I've taken a little time off for them to just come up here more, but I'll go see them soon.
All right, she coming back to see y'all. Chris, he met you along the way. She met you along the way. It sounds like you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Where did it all start for you? Even with the upbringing, the family.
So I'm from a very small town. I'm from Southern Illinois. I'm from a small town, maybe 10, 15 minutes from Carbondale, Illinois.
Yeah.
So, I always looked around and never really seen things I was interested in. So I tapped into the internet as a young kid. Started, getting into shoes, fashion. I would come up here to St. Louis just to shop some of the smaller stores, go to the malls, because we didn't really have much of that.
Right.
So just growing up, I always had aspirations of just bigger and better. I didn't really see things that I was looking for around me.
Yeah.
So just growing up, I was always into fashion. I was always into shoes, best dressed, all that type of stuff. Went to school for product design. And then that's kind of when I started learning the skill set how to design. So picked up how to, use certain programs, got into, really just wanted to be a shoe designer. But then I realized everyone else wanted to work for Nike too. So after school, I just ended up getting a job for an engineering firm and got caught up in the recession in 2008, 2009. Ended up, after being 8 years of college, ended up 6 months after college back in my mama's basement working at Finish Line again.
We gotta stop right there.
Yeah.
speak on
Yeah.
like being high and then being low again.
Oh,
because
it was awful.
that could take you out.
It was
alone.
awful. It was awful. It was a shot to the ego. You know, I already messed up so much time in college that I was ready to get out. I was ready to start making some money, and I did. But then within 6 months, it was all gone. You know, and in that time, I wasn't able to put no money back. So I was just a broke young adult, like what, 26,
With a degree.
with a degree in my mom's basement, back at the shoe store that I had waved goodbye to. I was ready to just put it in my past, but I was back there, and I actually had to work my way back up to be an assistant manager.
And how you do that?
Just showed up every day. I mean, they already knew I knew what to do because I'd already been with the company 6 years previous. So I left because I graduated, and they brought me back because I knew what I was doing.
That's what's up, man.
So fast forward, while working at the shoe store, I was like, I'm gonna start a t-shirt company. So I started a little t-shirt company online. It took off. I started selling all over the country, selling overseas. So me and Rachel decided to bring that business here to St. Louis. So
Yeah.
I had a warehouse actually right down here on Jefferson across from the Benton Park post office. And that's when I ran into B. He was mailing something from the post office, and I was struggling to find a barber. And he had B the barber down his sleeve. And I was like, you
Just
cut
that
hair?
easy.
Yeah. And I was like, you
Man,
cut hair? And
that's
he was like, yeah,
crazy.
come see me. So not one person has cut my hair since in 8 years. And in that time, we became best friends. I've handled his merch for his barber shop, and then that's kind of where the clothing came
That's
involved.
what's up, man. That's what's up.
So I think one day on lunch, I was down here to get my hair cut too, and this spot was not even up for lease. It wasn't even up for
I think
rent because
it
there was
was
nothing. It was
vacant.
just vacant.
It was just
Yeah.
empty.
And I
yeah.
sat in B's chair and I was like, tell me everything you know about this space, because like we could open up something here. And yeah.
It was that quick too. It was
Yeah.
like within
a couple of days
a
we
couple
assigned on
days,
the dotted line.
we were like, we don't have this all played out yet, but it's a done
A
deal.
couple days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a name picked out, nothing.
Because I was
We
about to
just-
ask you, how did you get to this point? But I wanted to ask all y'all, like, how did it make sense? Like, for everybody to say, okay,
I think
All
because
three
we're
of us
all
can make it.
entrepreneurs at heart, and
Yeah.
we're all really motivated, and we've all gotten along really well.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be working with Chris in his warehouse, and B would stop in, and we'd all visit. And it was just easy. Like, there was a good flow always with all of us. So
that's good.
we just sat down, like immediately after he saw the space and asked B if he knew who the owner was or anything, and he did. We sat down the next day and said, hey, this is what we could do with it. We hashed out ideas, and it was just that easy. I think sometimes things don't have to be as complicated as it can get, and it's just been simple from day one.
So let me ask y'all a question. So I feel like I talk to a lot of people, and when we talk about business and branching off to do it, it'd be a hard conversation. Like, people want people want to walk in and it be like this already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all saying y'all signed in a couple days or made it happen in a couple days, not even really seeing the bigger picture, and just went, put y'all heads down and went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, like Rachel said, individually we already had our own things.
Yeah.
So when we came together, and we all, creative in our own right, in our own mind, it's just like, okay, what's the look we have for this? And Chris, being creative as he is, once he kind of plotted everything out, and we both looked at it. Me and Rachel looked at it and was like, yeah, that's nice, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we all agreed upon it's like, let's hit the ground running, because we got the idea, we know what we're gonna do, and it just took off from
Well, you
there.
got to think about it. Let's
Yeah, we
do
don't.
it right now.
Plus,
Let's see.
I had 10 years of this before. Well,
Yeah.
more than that, because I was learning the retail side and inventory side and all that, working at Finish Line. So I already
Okay.
knew how to run a store.
Yeah.
I was one of the youngest to be hired in the district as a
And-
manager. So, like, from just an early age, I just knew how to run a store. They were
Yeah.
the type to just hand me the floor plan and say, this is the new floor plan for the month. Chris, do it. And then most of the time it was like, this is trash, I'm gonna just do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? And
And
just your
that's-
manager come down and be like, oh, this is great. Who did this?
Yeah,
So it
that's-
just kind of built over time, just learning the skill set, how
Yeah.
to operate a store.
Yeah,
So-
and I believe that's why the Bible even say, like, don't despise small beginnings, because you go to finish line, then you go to this shoe store, then you go to this fast place, and then you own your own stuff, and you done been through all these different small beginnings, and it help you for your stuff.
Absolutely.
Like even with me, like me and David, we partner up, we doing saute, catering and cuisine, but he was doing his own thing, going through different restaurants. I worked at McDonald's first. They showed, I went through class, showed how it's important to be food safety and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like, okay, this McDonald's, and that's why I tell people I never say nothing bad about McDonald's.
Right.
McDonald's helped me.
Yeah.
So then I went and branched off to the food industry, got to know like, okay,
Absolutely.
now I know McDonald's food is different than this. This is real. This stuff
Right.
from scratch.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
stuff from this, that.
Yeah.
And then I worked my years of experience and stuff, and then it made sense for me and him to open our own stuff. And it's things that he say to me that he don't know, and it's things that I say to him that I don't know. And it's like, how did you know that? Oh, I learned that at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
don't never
Yeah.
despise small beginnings,
Yeah,
man. And
those-
like you said,
Those are important.
you had a long time of experience, and it made sense with her experience with having a shop down there. It made sense with him having a shop and cutting her, and then now all them three heads came together. Y'all not gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible, almost.
We got the right pieces in place.
Yeah.
Like everyone know. Here's the thing: there's no ego amongst us. Like we all
Yeah.
know the role that we play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
no like, oh, you do this and you ain't do it. No, we all know the role and
And
we just
you
do
know
it daily.
when like if Chris designs something great, we're not gonna go in there and pick it apart.
Yeah.
That's not our expertise.
Come on now.
But we may come up with an idea and let him know, and he's gonna be able to refine it. And you know, he's the one that is here most of the time, so we can allow his view to shine through. But we both have that same goal. So, you know, as long as there's no competition within us and we're all doing the part that we're here for, it works really well.
I believe that it's impossible to have competition when you know your role.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that Anthony Davis should be in competition with LeBron James.
Right.
They play two different
Right.
positions.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But what I do see is just seem like a collective group that just work together. It just seems smooth. It's like nobody is doing nothing too much. You know what I'm saying?
And if there is ever like a disagreement, because like I mean I can be fiery and
Yeah,
he
it
can
happens.
be stubborn,
No, it
and,
happens.
you know, but you have to know that you have to listen and you have to be able
Man.
to go through the steps and say, hey, is there something that I could change, or like maybe my opinion's off? You know, you just listen to each other. So even if it's smooth even at those times that things are a little bumpy, because we
Yeah.
just know we'll be able to work it out.
And that take me to my question of asking y'all, when did y'all know like this thing is gonna work? Like when did y'all know when
Oh,
it was
man.
like, hold on,
Do
wait a minute.
do we
This
know
might
that?
be bigger than what we even
Oh man.
I mean, things can always change, but
The moment where it felt like, hold on, y'all. Like,
yeah,
people
314 day.
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I was
Honestly,
gonna say that.
314
so I think
314 days
before
really-
314 day, it
We
was
knew.
like we're gonna make it work. Like we're gonna get through everything. We're gonna like, hey, sales look good. We're consistent. But 314 day was like a just step up and above everything that we had done.
Shout
It
out
was
to
like a
314.
culmination.
We appreciate
Yeah.
y'all for coming through, man.
It was amazing.
I'm still
It-
sore.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still sore from 314.
I think we were all just kind
Yeah.
of blown away by
Yeah.
the success of that day.
And just the support that the city pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the night before, we was like, man, we hope like 100 people come through.
Yeah.
A couple hundred.
That was like a goal was 100.
Y'all was emptying? After the day?
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
like we had like a couple things still hanging and
sold-
maybe a hat or something. It was crazy.
We sold probably through 90% of our inventory.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like, I think in the beginning we all knew that it was going to work.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when we had 314, it kind of solidified that.
Yes.
You know, that people really rock with us and that this is something bigger than we actually thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that day. You know, we had already been open for the year prior,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
we wasn't able to
almost.
do 314 day
Yeah.
last year because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this go around, it was crazy. And
Yeah, I don't think you expect to do that within the first 12 months of being open. Like, it was insane. Like, I'll always remember that day. Like, it's very much imprinted in my just.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's just good to hear the city came and showed out. St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say a lot of bad stuff about St. Louis, but at the end of the day, man, if you hear it, change it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Change the culture.
Yeah.
And
Break the
I
code.
think something about that day, like, that's what people need to see.
Yeah.
Everyone here was just vibing together and having a great time, listening to music, just happy to see each other, supportive of each other. And it was like if you had not seen your friends for a year. I mean, just the pandemic, it's like you don't see people for so long. But it really felt like you were just coming to, like, see your friends. And the whole day was beautiful. And not enough of that is shown. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, and I want to add this too. Like, we've dealt with different people and, you know, different entities just trying to collab with us. But I think more importantly, the people make Profield Reserve.
Yeah.
Like, just the normal, common, everyday people that come in and shop with us. We appreciate them more than anything.
Yeah.
You know, so
And I think that is our focal point too. Is just almost like the forgotten person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's doing something for the everyday person? You know, there's tons of brands out here trying to hit the hype beast and all this, but like, who's trying to just dress down the people just want to look good just on an everyday basis instead of trying to get out every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're really trying to capture something that a demographic or, you know, or a consumer that's not kind of overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Just someone that just wants to pull something out of the closet and just go about their daily life and not have to worry about it. Oh, I got a stain on. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, I just got to run to the market, or I got to go get my hair cut, or I got to go, you know, to look, whatever it may be. You ain't got to think about it. And that's kind of our main thing here is just live your life in it.
That's tough. That's tough. So what's next for Profield? What's the plan? What's next? What's the goals?
we cooking up some
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to keep expanding. Really, just like even since 314 Day, we haven't really been able to keep the store stocked. So we're gonna start ramping up our production. We're gonna start getting it cut and sew. We're actually in the process of bringing on maybe a person or two to just help with daily stuff because I'm getting swamped and they're busy with their other businesses.
Yeah.
So at this point, I need someone to just kind of come assist me on just daily things, just so we can kind of keep getting more product out there on a consistent basis. Because at this point, a lot of people coming in and they're like, I need this, that. And I'm like, it ain't in stock right now because we just been that busy. So
And it's hard for him to, you know, because we have the capability of making things, like a lot of our regulars know if there's something not out here, they may be able to get him to make it on the spot. But when he's the only one here, that's difficult. So on the days that, like, I can be here to help him, it's great. But we do need to, like, expand. Like, it's time. So we have a lot of ideas and things that we're working on to make that happen.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for taking y'all time out, sitting down, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Like I stated before, it's a different lane, it's a different feeling. I can see y'all in the mall and everything. Wherever y'all want to go, you know what I'm saying? Wherever y'all want to go. Is it any more locations? Is it something like in mind like that, or is it like let's take on this first and then we gon'?
I think the plan is to just keep everything in house, and if we're gonna expand, it's gonna be our own stores.
Yeah.
We've seen too many big box stores expand way too much, and now they're just closing left and right.
Okay.
They got a little bit too big for themselves. So you take what you've seen over these years, the malls, all the brick and mortars. There's just way too many of them. So now the plan is, if we expand, it'll go to more just smaller cities that have kind of like the footprint of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Maybe another location.
Just another location in St. Louis, maybe another location, another city. But we'll never outgrow ourselves because we're going to be very strategic about what we do and make sure that we go into communities that need something like this as well. You know, there's a lot of underserved communities that need something like this. They don't got to hop on public transit to get to the mall.
From your house to the store to buy something, actually really helps the community out, and so we want to keep doing more of what this is right here in other places.
Yeah, that's tough because y'all right here on the south side, right here, Cherokee.
Ain't no one opening something like this down here.
Yeah, good luck.
They-
Walk
And
the
if
family.
they
Y'all
do,
right there, walk right
more
here, get you
power to
something.
them. Like, that's
Exactly.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope to see more businesses be able to pull something like this off. That would be great. The community needs more
Absolutely.
people who are working with the people who come in and shop with us.
Yeah.
So it would be great to see more people open stores that are similar.
But the partnership got to be solid like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they open up stuff, but the partnership, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they had these finance issues, and then they in competition. All the things we talked about, that happens. That's a real thing.
And you just have to be humble, and you have to be honest with each other, and you have to know how to grow together. I mean, you got to kind of let your ego aside and just work together as a team on this goal. So that's probably one of the biggest foundations when opening a business with
I was
other
gonna say
people.
that. Foundation. It's just like building a house.
And
Yeah.
I was
You
going
don't
to
have
ask
a
y'all that
solid-
too.
Yeah, if you don't have a solid foundation, it's gonna crumble.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yep.
So what would y'all tell somebody who's trying to open up their own store? Just a little quick, before we wrap it up. Everybody give me something.
Well, I would say don't go into it think you got to do everything right off the bat.
That's good. That's good.
Like back to the foundation. Build your foundation. You can always go up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you start out trying to just offer everything and you just keep dumping money into something, like you just setting yourself up for failure. So open up something, you know, offer a little bit of stuff, and then let the people that come support you, let them tell you what they want. Keep your ear to what they want. Make it available. Give them a reason to come down here.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, try not to be competitive, like with, you know, other people, you know, local or whatever the case may be. Be creative in your true self, and don't give up. Just be creative and be consistent. You know, I think consistency is important. It's one of the reasons why Profield has came to where it's at now. But that competition stuff, just
That's
don't,
tough.
you know, block out the noise, and if you're creative, just stay focused on that, and never give up, and it'll work out for you.
That's good.
I agree with what both of them said. Like, it just doesn't have to be too complicated. You can really just simplify it. Start off small. You don't have to take out a big, huge business loan. You know, save some money. And if you have to work a part-time job or work something to start off what you really want to do, there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have like multiple jobs because that's just what we do. But you can do it without complicating it. It can be simple, and you can expand from your foundation that you have built. I think everything they said covers it.
Start small, hit them markets, get you a booth at places, you know, pay them small fees. And people will start asking you, when you gonna open your own store? You'll know when
Yeah.
it's time, but just don't rush it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of avenues here to get your base grown without needing a brick and mortar. But there is still a need for brick and mortar.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
still want to come in, touch, feel, buy in person.
Yeah.
So-
That was me for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell them where they can find y'all at individually, because you do your own thing too. You be the barber, come get y'all a cut. Like, just tell them everything. Even come shop at Profield. Just tell them where to find y'all at.
You can find me at ProfieldReserve at all social medias. I don't really be on social media like that personally. Everyone keeps telling me to get my own stuff, but I got more than enough to handle with the Profield Reserve social media. So hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All you gotta do is type in Profield Reserve.
I'm mainly on my Instagram these days, no other social media, which is Rachel_in_color. I have a salon in Afton, Formula Salon, and then we actually are all getting ready to open up another shop soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's not this shop, it's a
Oh,
new thing.
yeah.
And so that'll be
Is that okay we
introduced
plug that?
shortly.
Plug that in.
Yeah.
Plug that in.
So it'll be right across across the street, just a couple doors down across
And
the street.
It's not closed.
See, I ain't want to get in all y'all business. I'm looking like, man, they own everything over
So
there.
like-
What they trying to do? What
Did
they
you
trying
see
to
us
do?
over there?
I'm like, what they over there trying to do?
That's how much we love Cherokee. That
Yes, we love this
another
area,
business
so we're
opportunity.
investing into another business
Completely
in
different
this
business.
area. So, so
That's
that'll
what's
be
up, y'all.
hopefully,
Coming soon.
Hey,
yes,
Coming soon.
Coming
open
soon.
midsummer,
Yeah.
hopefully. And you'll probably find me there quite a bit. You'll see these guys here, there. So,
Yeah, you definitely see.
I love it.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, Be the Barber. And for booking, you can go on our website, flippersandshooters.com. And that's pretty much it.
Y'all heard it, man. Shout out to Profield Reserve. Go follow them right now on social media, on all the social media, Facebook, all that. Until next time, this is another episode of Speak On It. I'm the host of Life Changing, and we out.
I really feel like I'm supposed to lead the way. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm a way maker. Just because like through life, not just music, like I always get the people who like need help. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who need a little assistance, and I be feeling good. I be really feeling like this really what God told me to do. Like he told me to come get you, fix your life up and go on. I'm like, I don't want to be, I ain't trying to kick it with nobody. I'm just really trying to, we from St. Louis, cuz like we really from a unique ass city. Like, and I got a song, it's called Midwest, and I say they ain't scouting us for music because it's treacherous.
Ooh, we were just playing that the other day.
I mean that. Everybody in St. Louis rap. It's a million motherfuckers rap. A list with 15 people went out on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really bigger than it. Like, everybody like, oh, we don't know so-and-so. Like, I want to be the person who like, all right, this is my city, and get everybody a platform.
That's tough.
I'm not really looking to, I don't give a care about being the biggest in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really be outside, like, state to state.